The first step you want to do is you want to make sure you're logged into a Google account. Then you want to come over here where it says file, click that and make a copy. Then you can name it whatever you want. And then as soon as you make a copy, you will have complete access to it. Nobody else will be able to see what you input, and you'll be able to access the journal and actually use it. Okay, just want to make that very clear because last time I got over like 1,000 people sending me emails trying to get me to grant them permission. So wanted to make sure I didn't skip out on mentioning that in this one. Okay, that out of the way, let's actually get into this sheet now and show you guys everything it has to offer. So this is going to be the main page here. It's called master. And you can go ahead and rename these for your liking. So like if you want to call it main or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. Doesn't really matter, but this is going to be the main page basically where you get the overview of your account. Here you're going to have, once you input some trades, your account value graphed over time. Here you're going to be able to visually see your monthly P&L, your weekly P&L, and then here you have some stats like your losses, your wins, average loss, average win, very basic stuff. Your total loss, your total amount won, your total P&L, your pro factor, which is your profit factor, anything above 1, and you're a profitable trader, and then your return percentage. And then here, this kind of interesting, here's your stats on your last 50 trades. So your total P&L for your last 50 trades, your total return, your profit factor, your wins, your losses, your average win, your average loss. So you can see here, like you might be profitable for the whole year, but you might be having a rough past 50 trades. And so you might want to take a closer look at that, or you might be performing exceptionally well in the last 50 trades. And so that's something that you can take note of there. All right, editing 0 coming in. Quickly, I want to mention that in order for this here to work and to display the correct stats, you're gonna have to manually sort the sheet from time to time. Okay, so if you want this data to be accurate, you want to head over to trades here. So to the trade sheet, you're gonna want to select the A column. So click on A. Then you want to go to format. No, you're not gonna want to go to format. You want to go to data, sort sheet, sort sheet by column A, Z to A. You're gonna want to click that, and so that'll give you the last 50 trades. Okay, that's gonna matter once you have more than 50 trades inputted. That's gonna be the first time you're gonna want to do that, and then every time you want to make sure that this data is the most up to date, you're gonna have to come over here and manually sort the sheet. So that's gonna be a little bit annoying, but that's the only way I could figure out to get this data displayed here. So yeah, just wanted to mention that real quick. Here's just the name of the this page, which is overview. Here you can input your name. I didn't know exactly what to fill this space with, so you can just put in your name. You can name the sheets. You could put 2023. Oh, whoops. You're going to want to change that to plain text there, so it doesn't write it as okay. So you can name it 2023, whatever you want. Here, logo, again, you can input your logo there. It doesn't really matter. Internet accelerator, you can put IA. I could put Z for 0. You could put M for main sheets. You could put 23 for the year. It doesn't really matter what you put here. Same thing with this here. I'm just going to delete it for now. And then I just included a quote there, just a reminder, and each separate month has its own separate quote. So I thought that was a little neat feature I added there. Then here, once we connect some trades, which we'll do in a little bit, you'll be able to see these. These are basically just visual representations of these two down here. So your win-loss, it's going to show you this. This one up here is going to show you your average win compared to your average loss. And then your win percentage is going to show you this graphed out basically. Very simple stuff. If you used the sheet from last year, this should be very familiar stuff for you. Moving on though, there's going to be some new stuff with this new sheet. So this trades tab got a couple of upgrades or changes. So here is going to be where you input the date, and this sheet is set up for 2023. So if you try to use it for 2022, it won't exactly work. So let's make up a random trade here. Let's say January 1, 2023. We do have to put 2023 because again, this sheet is optimized for 2023. Symbol, let's say we traded some SPX 3,900 calls today. Let's say we bought 5 of them for an average price of 7 and we sold them at 11. Okay, then here you're gonna have a couple options. So let me zoom in here so you guys can get a better look at this. So here's gonna say type, and this is important that you select the right option. So here I have a couple presets that I think are gonna be most used by you guys. I'll show you guys at the end of the video how to customize this in case you need to customize it for whatever product you're trading. You might be trading something else that's not included. So here you have the option to select SPX, option, equity, crypto, micro, E-mini, S&P futures, ES futures, micro NQ futures, or NQ futures. This is important because this is going to change what the fee is and how it's going to calculate the P&L. So if you can see here, right now it's selected an option. The fee is going to be 10 cents per contract. This is for the broker that I use as well. It might be a little different for your broker. So you might have to do some adjustments, which I'll show you at the end of the video how to do this. But since this is an SPX trade, we're going to go over here and switch it to SPX. And you're going to notice that this column is going to change and the P&L is going to stay the same because options and SPX have the same multiplier for the profits. So SPX, now the fee is going to change to 126, and then here you have two new added options that weren't here last time. The DOW is date of week, so what day was it traded on? Today is currently Tuesday. Well, actually no, it's Wednesday, so you would click Wednesday. Time of day this trade was taken at, let's just say 8 a.m. And then the setup, this is similar from last time, so if you guys remember how this setup thing worked, the setup connected with the playbook worked, it's going to be the same exact thing. So we'll go over that in a little second here. But yes, this is going to be important. So make sure you select the right thing. And again, if you have an option that's not here, or if your broker offers a little bit different fees and commissions, I'll have a section at the end of the video to show you guys how to customize that to whatever fees and stuff you're paying for yourself. But yeah, that's a new feature added, that now we have fees calculated, and you could input different products, not just option specific or share specific. Last year it was just you can only input options, and so people that were trading in shares weren't able to use the journal. People that were trading futures couldn't use the journal, but now it's completely added here as well. There's a new feature here. I'll show you guys how it works by adding a new trade. Let's just copy some of this stuff here. So if you only want to see your trades for a specific day, you can come up here. First, you want to click clear, and then you select whatever date you want to view your trades for. You could also do multiple days. So like, let's say we only want to see trades from January 1st and January 2nd. We can click that, and then you'll see take away all the other trades and just leave those the trades for those couple days. Okay, so here you're gonna be able to see the gain percentage, your P&L, your total fees, and then your R, which I've explained this in previous videos. If you're not familiar with R multiple, I'm not gonna explain in this video. You can go ahead and watch those previous videos. Here you can just add notes, like things you did on the trade, exited too early. Then here you can see your average loss, which we've only had one loss, so our average loss is gonna be 3,000. Okay, so now that we've inputted that, let's move on to the next sheet, which is Playbook. This one, again, you should be familiar with if you use the playbook from last year. So here, this number is going to be linked to whatever setup is here, and you're going to want to name your setup. So let's say opening range break was the setup we took. This setup right here, opening range break, is going to be linked with number 1. So every time we take a trade with that setup, we're going to want to write down here number 1, right? Because it's linked to that particular setup. And once you do that, it's going to send you the stats over here. It says quantity A because I have these right here. I need to delete those. My bad. Okay, now it should only say 1. Yep, quantity 1. It was a win. It's going to calculate your average win for that setup, your total P&L taking that particular setup, your average R return for that setup, and then it's going to go ahead and grade it based on your risk per trade. You're going to want to get at least a B or an A, and then you're going to know which ones are your best setups, basically. So that's what that is right here. And then here it's just going to be graphed out, you know, your average R return. Yeah, average R return is going to be graphed here. And anything above 1 is decent. Anything above 2 is pretty good. And then anything in like close to 3 is really, really good. So that's what you're going to be looking out for on this page. Again, this was very similar from last year, so if you guys had already been using the journal, you should be familiar with this. Moving on, this is a newly added one. So this is analytics. This is just going to give you a little bit of insight on like how you're performing based on the time of day or the day of the week. Okay, so if you can see here, we took a trade at 8 a.m. and it was a winner. So you can see here at 8 a.m. we've had a total of 1 winner, and then at 10 a.m. we've had a total of 1 loser. So the losers are going to be on red, the winners are going to be in blue. Again, you can go ahead and customize this. If you guys have ever used Google Sheets or you're familiar with like Excel, you should be able to like make these little tweaks here if you don't like the colors or stuff like that. If you want me to help you with that, go ahead and join the Discord down below that I linked. It's going to be a Discord specifically for people using this sheet. And if you guys need help with anything, go ahead and join that Discord and I'll be available there to help you guys. If you guys need to tweak something, you guys want to, your broker has different fees or something like that, and you want me to help you with that, go ahead and join that Discord and I'll be able to do that for you guys. So here's going to be your analytics page. Then moving on to index. This is something we added as well. So here you're basically going to be inputting. So at the start, when you just open up this Google Sheet, you're going to want to come over here to this page, index, and write down the starting balance for each of your accounts. This is going to be important if you want to use the transfers and payments feature. Basically, if you're making withdrawals on a consistent basis on your account, or if you're like making payments and stuff and you want that to reflect on your balance, you're going to want to head and come over here to index and include some of your main accounts that you're going to be using to transfer money into and out of your brokerage account. Or also if you have multiple accounts, like if you're trading futures and options, or if you have like a swing trade account plus a day trading account and you want to include both of them, you can go ahead and do that here. All you do is you include, or you name your account whatever. You don't even have to name it exactly what it's called. You could just nickname it, but as long as you know which account you're talking about, that's all that matters. So if you have like a Webull account and it's a cash account, you can go ahead and put Webull Cash. If you have a Tradeovate account to trade futures, you can also put Tradeovate futures. And then if you have like a bank account that you're gonna be making withdrawals to, Bank of America savings, you can go ahead and do that. And then here you're just going to include the starting balance for each account. I just have it preset to 100k here. And then just right here, this is optional, you don't have to include it or not, but I just like to include what time I updated this. So right now it's currently 1:15 p.m. 12/21/2022, just so you know when this started. And then here you're not going to edit this. This is going to be automatically inputted, and this balance as well, you're not going to touch any of this. So the only thing you're going to touch here on this index page is going to be the account name and the starting balance. And then you only have to do this once. Once you input it once, you're pretty much going to be set. Then if you want to use this feature, you can come over here to transfers and payments. So this is going to be used when you're transferring money into your brokerage account. For example, if you're going to be funding or adding funds into your account, or if you're going to be taking money out of your account, for example. And again, these you can go ahead and edit them. The way to edit them is just like I showed you right there. You're going to click down on this. You're going to come all the way down here and edit this button. And if you have a different account name, like for example the Webull Cash one, you can go ahead and do that. And then your savings account, you can go ahead and do that and name it like that. So that's how you can change the name. That's how you can change the name there. I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. Here you're just gonna want to include the date that you did it for, just for your records. So let's say we made a transfer today from our brokerage account. We're gonna be withdrawing some money, so we're gonna be withdrawing it to our Bank of America savings, and then the value of that withdrawal, we're withdrawing 10k in profits. Then the only one you're gonna touch here is gonna be this value column. So I'm actually gonna highlight it, maybe make it a different color so you guys know which ones to edit. So the black one is the only one you're going to be editing. On this one, the column that is in the color black, that's the only one you're going to be editing. Okay, and then notes, you can add notes. For example, just weekly fund withdrawal. And then you could also include stuff. For example, if you're going to be transferring money into your account, you just do the opposite. So you would do Bank of America savings into our Webull. And you're going to have to copy and paste this down every time you do it. I should actually, okay, so by the time you guys get this Google Sheet, I'll have this extended all the way down here so you don't have to be consistently doing this. Into your cash account, okay, and then you're going to be depositing $5,000. And I forgot to, alright, so let's just copy paste this real quick. So you can just name it deposit. Also, if you have payments to make, so you can also have a payment here. So let's say you're paying for Netflix or something like that, right? Netflix subscription, boom. And then if you come back over here to index, it'll have your updated balance, all the transfers made. And because you technically withdrew money from your brokerage account, you basically just send it to yourself, to your Bank of America savings account. So your total balance, if you come back over here to main, your total net worth will be unchanged. Oh, because we inputted some trades. Okay. I was a little confused there. Okay, so yeah. So because you transferred it between your accounts, your total net worth won't drop. But if you do make a payment, then your net worth will drop because that's money that, it's leaving your accounts. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, but there you go. You guys wanted me to include withdrawals and deposits, so I included withdrawals and deposits. Now you can go ahead and make those, and everything will be tracked here on this Google Sheet, okay? Then here at end of week, there's a new thing I added. Here every single week at the end of the week, it's going to give you the recommendations of how much you should withdraw. Because I do recommend you withdraw weekly profits. If you're having a good week, you're not going to be risking more money at the end of the week because you're withdrawing those profits, securing them, locking them in. And again, these are just recommendations. You don't have to follow them. But let's say you had a red week. Okay, so this wouldn't apply in this week because it was a red week. But let's go ahead and input some trades that would make it a positive week. So let's say, so $10,000 profit trade. Then if you come here at end of week, for the week, we made a total of $8,961. So it recommends us to withdraw $3,584. That's money we can spend on whatever we want. BPIN, which is buying power increased. So how much you should leave in your account. That way your account is able to grow over time. You should leave about 1.3K of that so your account grows. LT is long-term, so if you want to withdraw, this is the recommended amount to withdraw and put that into long-term stocks or retirement accounts, whatever you want to do. That's recommended. And then for taxes, you should put apart about 3,000 of that for tax purposes. And this you can go ahead and change these ratios. Like if you're in a higher tax bracket or if you're in a lower tax bracket, you can go ahead and change these. Right now, it's currently set at 35%. If you want to be safer, you can set it at 40% or 50%, whatever, if you're in a higher tax bracket. And then you can change this if you want to put 20% into long term. You can adjust that right there. Just go ahead and put that 0.2, and then make sure you copy and paste that to all the rest of them there. And yeah, if you want to increase your buying power by more, not put as much in long term, or if you don't want to withdraw as much, if you want to only withdraw 20% and increase your buying power by more, you can go ahead and adjust that. But this is just the very basic recommended stuff. I thought it would be kind of cool to include that. So that's what that is right there. Then moving on to the monthly, overviews here. Again, very similar to what was in place last time. Here you can just see the calendar view of your accounts. Again, if you want to write notes, like if you want a daily journal, you can go ahead and right click on this and just click insert note, and then you can write down notes. But yeah, you can write notes here, and pretty cool stuff there. That way you when you look back and review your month, you have specific notes to look back on. Here you're just going to see the total for your week. And then here's the daily P&L charts. Here's your account balance graphed over time. Again, the basic stats for each month, how many losses you've had this month, how many wins, your average loss, your average winner, your total amount lost, your total amount won, your month P&L, and this includes fees again. Last time it didn't include fees, now it does. Here you can see these graphed out now that we have trades. The darker color is going to be your won amount, and the lighter color is going to be your loss amount. Again, if you want to adjust this to make it more clear to you, all you have to do is double click it, come over here to customize, pie slice, and then for your win, you can change this color here. So if you want it to be green, so it's more clear, green is win, loss is red. You can come over here and make it red. All right, pink, so it matches a little bit better. You can go ahead and do that as well. So all these colors you can adjust them. Here you're going to see your total net worth, a different quote here. What would make this year a success? So that's something you should identify at the start of the year. So that's a good quote I thought to include there. And here you can just see that it's January month, and then some basic statistics like your break-even win rate, how many trades you need to be winning based on these stats right here in order to be profitable. With these stats right here, you only need a 33% win rate to be profitable, or to be break-even, basically, 34% to be profitable. And then your risk per trade, how much you're risking per trade, $1,000. Your daily max loss, it recommends the daily max loss to be around 12,000. That seems pretty high, but that's because these are pretty high here, your average win and average loss. So it's going to calculate it to be pretty high. If you want to adjust that and make it less aggressive, come over here, and this number right here that says 2.5, go ahead and change that. 2.5 basically means that the average of this right here, it's going to estimate your daily max loss to be about 2.5 times that. So like if you take 2 losses times 2.5 losses, that's basically what it's going to recommend your daily max loss to be. If you want to be less aggressive with it, come over here and adjust this number right here, this blue 2.5. Go ahead and make it 2 or even 1.5 if you want to be really safe, and you're going to see that's going to decrease dramatically right there. Okay, so that's what you can do right there. Your total R and then your average R per trade is 2.99, which is pretty good. And then here, if this chart looks a little bit weird, because everybody's gonna have different numbers, your minimum here, you're gonna want to set it closer to whatever the starting balance is there, and you can see it's gonna fill more of the charts. If you take off and you put no minimum, it's gonna look like this. So yeah, it's something you can do right there to make it look a little bit nicer. And then it's gonna be the same thing for every month now. So February, March, because we have no trades inputted, it's not gonna show up anything. But yeah, that's basically the monthly. Now if we go back to May, now that we have a couple numbers inputted, you can see and our balance here is going to be unchanged for the first week because it starts off with the first week. So you need to have at least 2 weeks of data inputted so this line changes. Let's say it was right at open trade and it was a 1. Okay, now if we go back over here, now it's going to be changed. Again, if it doesn't fill up most of the chart, just come over here, double click it, go to customize, vertical access, and set the minimum balance closer to whatever your starting balance is. 105, 108. There you go. It fills up more of the charts. And so yeah, here you're gonna be able to see your monthly P&L generate. Again, if you don't like the fact that this is black, you can make it, whoa, that's a little bright. Let's make it yeah, that color. All right, so you can make it a lighter color, and then here's going to see your weekly P&L. It's not like if you have a red week, it's not automatically going to make it a different color. So if you have a red week, what you want to do is come over here to series, where it says data point. Based on whatever week it was, click it and then adjust that color. So let's say, for example, week 1 was a red week. We could change it to that color or make it white or whatever color you want to make it to distinguish whether it's a green week, because it's not automatically going to do it. There's probably a way to make it so it auto does it, but I didn't figure it out. So you have to manually do that. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, but I think we went through most of the stuff for this sheet here. So yeah, basically very similar to last year's, except there's a couple new additions. First one being now we have Sundays and Saturdays available. The visually it's a little bit different. Again, if you don't like the colors that I picked, you can go ahead and customize all this stuff. It's pretty easy stuff to do. Like if you want to change this background color, I don't know what you guys would want, but if you want to change that, go ahead and do that. It'll take a little bit of time, but you're gonna be using this for the whole year, so you'll have time to make those adjustments as you wish. And yeah, a couple of things newly added this weekend thing here. Again, just recommendations, transfers and payments. I think that's pretty cool that I added. Index, again, you don't really have to touch this after the one time, or if you add accounts, I guess over time you can change it. And again, just make sure you come over here and you customize it and you name it whatever accounts you have. I just have a couple presets here, but you can go ahead and customize those, and just make sure you customize it for both of these here, because these right here are linked to these right here. And then there's one thing I told you guys I was gonna go over on how to do. Oh yeah, okay. So if you have different fees here, what you're gonna want to do is let's zoom in here. All right, so first of all, let's say you're trading a different product. I don't know what you guys would be trading. Like, let's say you're trading CL. I have no idea what the fees are for crude oil. So you're going to want to apply to all. So now it shows up here. and you're gonna want to come over here where it says fee, double click this, click comma, F2 equals, okay, equals, parentheses, whatever name you put in here, it's gonna have to be exactly the same, so CL, and then you're gonna put comma, and then whatever the fees are for that, right? So let's say it's 50 cents per contract or whatever. Put 0.5 and then boom. So now every time you select CL, the fee here is going to be 0.50 cents. And then you're also going to want to come over here to P&L. And right here after crypto 1, you're going to want to type in F2 equals parentheses CL comma whatever the multiplier is. So like for shares, when you buy one share, right? Let's say you buy one share at $100 and you sell it at 101. Your profit is going to be $1 times 1 because it's one share, right? But if you buy one options contract, right, and you buy it at 1 and you sell it at 2, your profit is not $1. Your profit is $1 times 100. So in here, if it was an options, you would type in 100, right? But I don't know what the multiplier is for futures. I'm pretty sure for futures it's just 1, so you would just put 1 there, and then comma, and then boom. Yeah, there you go. So it would work out like that, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you guys need help with any of this, adjusting the fees or whatever, join the Discord linked below and then just at me and let me know what your problem is, and I'll try to help you fix that. Again, the presets I have here are SPX. For my broker, the fees and everything come out to be 126 per contract. For options, the fee for Webull, it comes out to be about 9 cents, 9.6 whatever, okay? For equity, I'm not actually sure because I don't trade equity that much. I think it's around 4 cents. That might actually be a little bit high, so I'll have to adjust that. But micro, E-mini, S&P, if you're using Tradeovate, should be 1.2. Buying and selling. For ES, it's the same, okay? But if you want to adjust this, again, just come over here. And if like you're not going to trade one of these presets, just come over here to the presets to make it easy for yourself. I don't even know what other features or what other products you can be trading, but let's say you're trading options and for your broker, the fees are a little bit different. Let's say it might be 30 cents for yours. Just come over here where it says options. After the comma, find that little number and adjust it. So now it says 0.3. So now when we go to options, the fee will be 0.3, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, right? And once you do that, you're gonna want to copy and paste this onto the rest, and this one to the rest if you're gonna be making adjustments there, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If you need help making any adjustments to this sheet, just join that Discord below and let me know your issue, and I'll try to help you with that. But I hope you guys did enjoy. That's the end of the overview. I hope this journal is able to help you guys out and help you guys on your way to becoming better traders. But other than that, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy and if you guys are going to be using this sheet, I would appreciate you guys leaving a like. Like I said, I spent a lot of time and I'm providing this completely for free to you guys. So yeah, take advantage of it. I think it's a pretty neat journal and tool to use. And again, quick reminder, don't send me an email saying grant me permission. Just come up here, go over to file, make a copy, and you'll have full access to it. You can name it whatever you want, and it'll be private to just you, okay? Just a quick reminder there, because last time, like I said, I got thousands of emails telling me, grant me permission, but like, you know, it just wouldn't work out like that. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching the video. It's been me, Zero, and I'm out. Peace.